Okay, we're going to take this light fixture down and we're going to put a fan up just over here. And there it is. Fixture from here, and we're going to put a fan right over here. Okay, once you got your fixture down, you need to mark where you want your fan to go. So we want to move the fixture over and then down this way so that it's centered over the bed. So I marked a hole, I just put a hole punch right through the ceiling. So once you're in the attic, you need to decide where the electric is. I think it's right here, so I'm gonna just dig in the insulation until I find electric lines. Once you have the insulation moved out of the way, you could see this is where the electric's going in for the other light. And this is where I punched my hole. Just there. So I got one of these. It's for new construction, ceiling fan rated. And I'll show you how it works. And cut, and you can cut a little further this way, it's okay. You don't have to cut exactly on the line because the fan shroud will cover it up. So now we're gonna cut here. So let's make a couple holes to make it easier with our punch. Okay, now use the saw and cut some holes. And remember, this doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, now we got a hole. And this has a tab on it, and it goes under the rafter there. So now you stick your box down in the hole, like this. And if you need to get a hammer, pop it in there. Okay, once you have your fan brace in, you need to screw in your mount. It's still kind of loose, so you can check the other side. Let's check the other side right now. Okay, it's good to me. Now you're going to need to pull your old wire up out of the floor. So, pop off this staple here. Okay. You want to keep that. Now you want to get I'm going to pull this up through. So you pull your wires up through that hole, and we're going to cap that off later. Just set something over it for now so nothing goes down in there. You don't want any more insulation all over your room than you need. So this is what we have for our wire, and it's at its maximum length because I can't pull it any further. It's stapled in down there. So we need to get it to that hole, and we're not quite there. So we need to add to this. Now, you get some of this. I got the 14.3. This is just 15 feet. It's only 10 bucks at Home Depot. So, since it's not long enough, we need to put in a box. Okay, I got the one with the nails. These are only like 38 cents at Home Depot. I'm just gonna mount it onto this beam, stick the wires in it, and you just break out one of these back tabs here with a screwdriver. Okay. Break those out. Okay, so we're gonna do wire in the box. This. I got it bent where I want it. Okay, we're gonna go there with it. So now we're gonna put this wire in the box. And how much we want out? We want out about the same amount as that. And then we just bend it there. Okay, we're gonna wrap it around the other side of this. And then we're gonna go down into our hole with it. So we probably want about that much. And I'll give myself a little extra because for whatever reason, I always mess it up. Okay, there we go. You don't need to go all the way in case you screw it up when the actual electrician comes out. He has enough to get there. And so I got my new wire coming in here, get my old wire coming in here, make sure that nothing is exposed. The ground is okay, but you only want the tips exposed here. Okay. So we gotta trim this up, make that nice to match this. And then we're gonna cut our length of rope to go down into our new housing. Okay, so you peel this guy off like this. You should be able to just tap it out. Here we go. Bend it up. Okay, now you have a hole for your cable. So that would be the max. We want to go, I don't know, give yourself. And you can always stuff the end back up into the attic. So you'll go right there. Okay, did it. There. And there. Okay, that's extra. Go over there. Yeah, this is everything I got. Oh yeah, that goes plenty far down in there. Okay, cool. Now I gotta trim this end and the other end. Once you got your ends trimmed, you stick them in the hole. Okay, whenever I trim these, I use the, I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, there you go. I use the pliers to measure it, the length, and then hold the length, put it on the 16, and then cut it. Where's the other? And just cut it. Pull it onto it. Pull it off. And then that way they're all the same length. If you use that bit right there. Now you're all done in this, and you want to get one of these plates and cover it up when you're all done. After I cover up all this insulation, I'll come back up here and do that. So, this is why you don't want, this is why you want the box, the blue box right here. Otherwise, you're going to get something that looks like this. They looks like they didn't have enough wire, so they just taped it around the beam. When they should have just put a box here. 93 cents at the store, and this goes down to the other fan. Okay, unpack your fan, read your instructions, and we have a down rod. We spray painted gold to match the room. It's gonna look so good. So this is the down rod that came with the fan. You're gonna use these parts that are on here. So you're gonna put all these parts on your new down rod. So the last one of these I installed, it had a really short cable. So this one's really long. So there's plenty for a 36-inch down rod for it to connect to my cord. So if you have if you bought a fan that has a shorter wire, what you're gonna wanna do is you need to add wire. So you just take this and strip out the outer casing and take the black and the white and the ground, and you connect them together to these inside of your down rod here. And then that way you'll get a longer connection, and you could just connect. Once you have your white piece on the down rod and off of the old down rod, you are set on this piece. So now we're gonna put the mount up, but we need this to come flush with the ceiling. I got about a 1/2 inch here that needs to come down. So these are adjustable with a wrench. You just adjust it down. So you come across an issue with these is you need something in between here and here. So I made my own spacer. I'm going to show you. I'm going to go up there and put it in between the bar and the plate. So that way, whenever I pull this flush with the ceiling, I put the spacer in, then I can tighten these bolts. So I just have this, whoops, I just have this spacer, and I'm gonna use this because that's not quite big enough. I'll slide it in the attic side, and then on a side note, you also want to make sure these are set to 10. 10 is for ceiling fans, 8 is for chandeliers and not ceiling fans. These are like motorcycle weights for tires. I just stuck it to that washer and then place it there. I was gonna do it from the attic side, but this is just easier. You don't have to go all the way up there again. And then line up your holes again, and that'll take up the space. Okay, right there. We go. There. Now I should be able to bolt those on, and now it'll be tight. Okay, now we're flush here. Now let's flush this side up. These things never quite sit right, but once everything's on, you can't tell. As long as this isn't loose, as long as it's tight, and it's tight enough, so that's good. All right, so make sure those are on 10. Yep, and this one, now it's on 10. Okay, so I just got the ground hooked up to there, and then to here, and then we'll hook the other ground into here as well. And you use the screws that came with the fan mount, because they'll go right in these holes to mount your ceiling fan. Okay, should I that one? You got the job. fan's a little loose. See, I don't like that. I'm gonna have to snug up the nuts up there. This is tight. But let's go with ratchet. Go. There we go. Now it's snug. Okay. I always like to put the vaulted end, the open end on the higher side, so you can just put the ball in this way. See, it's not flush with the ceiling there. We should go in more here. So 17 is you hook your black to the blue and the black, and then you can operate the light and the fan with the pull chain. And then if you do the red wire to the blue, then the light is operated on the switch and the fan is operated by the pull chain. However, if you have two switches and the other switch cuts off the whole power to the fan. So that'll be your fan switch. You diagram it like this. This will be your light switch, and you run it from the red to the blue for the light. However, most places have one switch, so it would be blue and black combined, and this cuts the whole power off, and then you just operate, if you want the light or the fan speeds, on the chain. Okay, so make sure you don't forget to put on your faceplate for here and your faceplate for the top, okay? And I ran my wires through. It was kind of a pain in the butt. I used my extra length of wire to put it through. I had to take this off, connected the wire, pulled it through. Now it's through. Now we're gonna put our pin back on the bottom, and then we're gonna put it up. Okay, here we go. Hook her on there. Like that. Now you're all on there. Okay, and then line your piece up with the lip. It's usually at the bottom right there. Spin it. There it is. Okay, now make your connections. I suggest you go turn the power on, make sure it works. I'm gonna put my light on, and you don't want to run the fan with these locks on here. So take these locks off and put your light on and turn the power on to make sure it works. Oh shit. Okay, that means we wired it right. So now we just need to put the blades on and close it all up. So now we're putting on the top plate. And if you want to install a fan where there's no fan before and you don't even have an old fixture close by, what you would do is you would, from your switch, you would run the red wire out of the 3 up the wall. So you have to come to the top of the wall over here, drill a hole, you know, about an inch or bigger, and you have to feed the wire down to the switch, or feed a tape up and pull the wire down to the switch, and then run the wire over to where you want it to go. There it is.